Like, oh, that's a little low. I also just remembered we don't have in our earbuds. This will make us sound a lot better. So you can actually hear what's going on. All right. So today we are going to be doing part of our sewing marathon, which is basically how we're getting through a bunch of projects because Dionysus was given the week off from work and we don't celebrate Christmas, so we thought we might as well use this.
We better get to work.
We better start this. So, we usually do our cutting during the day and then our drafting during the day because the baby can kind of be around us and he can help. So we might have him hand us pins. He really likes saying the colors of the heads of the pins as he gives them to us.
And then wants you to repeat the colors and make sure that you're also knowing
And
exactly
counting
the
the
color.
pins.
Yes.
Right.
Naturally.
Right, as one does. Which is fine and great and dandy and all that jazz, but it's kind of boring for a toddler to just sit and wait for you to stop sewing and like just be sitting at a machine. And since we do not trust him quite yet to have an actual machine with the needle, that's not really something that he can do with us. So we've got almost everything cut out. A lot of it is pinned.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to kind of talk about how we do this in one space. So for mine, I'm doing vlog style. So I'm not going to be shy about Dionysus being there. But you don't typically do vlog style. But
No.
you get such close shots.
Yeah.
You can't tell if we're there or not.
Which is great.
Which is perfect. All right. So let's jump into how the filming process works. If anyone has any questions, feel free to say what are you doing. Also, we have the Kenmore here. What is happening?
What's happening?
We have the Kenmore here for standing and sewing, and then we have the brother here for sitting and sewing. But we can also angle our cameras so that we can't see the other sewing machine. This is a luxury. Like, we realize that this is a luxury. But since we do have the Kenmore, it's great to set up for two different shot options. The Kenmore is more of a workhorse, so like when I need to get through several layers of fabric, or sometimes I'll roll hems and then put two of those pieces together, and so now that's 6 layers of fabric. The Kenmore is great at that. The brother is great at buttonholes. This does buttonholes, but we don't have a manual for it. Like, it's online, and I look at it a lot, but scrolling, it's a lot of pages. So this one has like easy to access buttonholes, and we have all the different feet for this one. So that one's more of our detailed work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this one's definitely the super simple. It does a straight stitch, it does a zigzag stitch, it does a buttonhole, basic, run of the mill. This is your sewing machine. So this is the one that I'm obviously more comfortable with, and so I know how to make it work to help me best. Whereas this one, I still am fiddling with and trying to become more comfortable with it. It is really, really great for aesthetic shots that look really pretty, but I'm just more comfortable with this one. So in terms of getting projects done, especially when I'm staying up late trying to get them done after the baby's gone to bed, I don't necessarily want the super pretty shots. I want the project to get done.
This is also the Kenmore is a louder machine. I mean, it's an older machine, so it's just going to be a little bit louder.
Built
It's
thick.
built to last. I think it actually says that somewhere on here, like built to last. It has a lot of its original stickers. And as far as the baby, he is asleep right now. So our like sewing day usually starts when the baby is asleep. Sometimes if I'm doing something simple like hand sewing, I can do that while the baby's awake. But I don't really like to film when he's awake because I can't talk. So that changes it from a vlog to no longer a vlog.
To not a vlog.
Not a vlog. All right, let's jump into it. So let me grab the camera.
It's charging, because that's important. Naturally.
This was given to us by Opus Elaine, this mic. It is a Task Star SGC598. It takes batteries, but it hooks right on top of our little camera. And then we have the Sony ZV-1, I believe, was the name of this. We got this beginning of this year with income tax, right?
Yes.
Yes. And it's been really great. We used it when we were on vacation at Disney. And the little silicone cover I just got from Amazon, as well as the wrist strap. And there's like a Gorilla Glass protector on here. And then what we normally use for filming is either our tripod, which is set up behind there. You will see that later. Or this little mini tripod is handheld. It came with our camera. We can adjust it. We can turn this little base around and get different angles. But my favorite thing for this is that it attaches right at the base of the camera, so you don't need an extra attachment. It comes with it, so it attaches right on. And now I can use this as a handheld. And it makes it so much easier. This does have Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth is set up, but I never use the Bluetooth because I'm so used to like clicking the button manually. So
I use this particular tripod a lot more for the close-up in the machine shots, and I don't typically use the microphone because a lot of the stuff that I do doesn't need the sounds of the machine or the sounds of
you do a lot
cutting
of
or anything like that. I do a lot of voiceover work because most of the time I'm not trying to talk while the baby's asleep. So, in order to stay as quiet as possible and, let the rest of the household sleep, I tend to just do voiceover because it's just easier.
I also wanted to show y'all how we communicate. We do kind of treat this when we're filming as a set. So we're not mean to each other, but we're very direct. So if he's sewing a stitch and I need to get audio, I'll be like, hey, I need audio for a second, so he will stop sewing. But if it's something where it doesn't, just twiddling the thumbs, if it's something where I don't need for him to stop, there's gonna be music over it, I'm like, no, I'm filming, but you're good. And he does the same thing. He'll be like, hey, I'm filming, and it's pointed right by where our cabbage bucket is, and he's like, so don't walk past there. And I'm like,
so
good to know.
Don't go down that hallway.
Don't do that.
That'd be great. Thanks.
All right. Do we have any questions so far?
No questions so far.
Then let's jump into it. All right. What are you gonna start working on?
So, part of the outfits that I'm working on, I have a green outfit that we mentioned briefly in our last live that I've been working on. So I am cutting out a couple more pieces for that, and then it's going to be a lot of pinning and aesthetic shots there. I do need to get a shot of me cutting something, so I'll be kind of setting that up so that you can see that as well. That's what I'm going to be doing. How about you?
I am going to be introducing day number 3 of this vlog. I'm working on. Sorry, I twisted it the wrong way because I was fiddling with it, but it needs to be secure. The microphone.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're professionals here.
We are historically accurate professionals.
Yes.
I am working on. You can see in the corner. A sketch that Erica Alamode did on Instagram. I will have to link her after this live, but she's amazing. We did the Disney video together, if you don't know who I'm talking about or you're just better with faces. So I'm working on this, and I know you're like, this is not a drop waist. I know, I'm switching it up because drop waists don't look good on me. I have a lot of pressing to do, especially with this hem. This is supposed to be a nice, pretty, flat hem. And then I have a ton of, this is not sponsored, this is just what I bought. A ton of different.
Get a good ASMR crinkle.
A nice, soft crinkle. A lot of different size roses. You can take them up there. Got some leaves, got some small rose petals. So I need to do the robe de style part, which it's not. It's fake. It's you'll see it when I take it apart. I want it separate, so I say that in the video. But I need to add roses to that, and then there's a train behind here, which is just pinned on for right now. Uh-oh. It came unpinned, but that's okay. But it's just pinned on for right now, and the bottom of that train all the way up is going to get a lot of different things. So it's going to get roses, it's going to get leaves, it's going to get a whole bunch of stuff.
But it's all going to be done this week.
Oh?
No, we set a very unrealistic goal in terms of how many projects we planned on getting done because we were like, if we bite off more than we can chew and actually are able to finish it, that's great. If not, we tried.
Someone said that it's Princess and the Frog. They thought it was Tinkerbell. So she went with a softer palette, and in the video I'm going to put up her sketch, and we've already talked. She's given me permission to do this. But she did it more, and there's a lot of pieces missing. She did it more as a 20s robe day style, like evening gown. I am doing it similarly but shorter. You'll see in the video why it's going to be a little bit shorter. The train itself is going to be the proper length, but I wanted it to be more ethereal. And this is supposed to be like a play, I believe. Oh, I don't remember. I actually don't want to misspeak. I don't quite. I was gonna say this is supposed to be a play on her, like closer and closer every day, almost there. Look.
I think it's like a mashup of both. So it's her almost there as well as the green ball gown at the end, kind of mixed in, just inspired by all of her looks throughout.
As far as like the color palette, yeah. So it is a like pale, almost like a muted mint green, and then I dyed the yellow. And there's more pieces. There's more that needs to be done to sleeves, but this was like enough right now for me to like see where I want to put things. All right, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Y'all will also get to see how many takes we typically do for stuff like this.
A lot of it's just, no, I don't like that.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that.
Do it again.
What two machines are we using? This one is the Kenmore. This one is the Brother.
JX2517.
How do you know? Oh, it says it right
there. It says
there.
On the machine. You're welcome.
I used to know mine. Like I have it. It is a Kenmore. It's model number 158.
So basically, the cheap Brother machine from Walmart.
Literally.
And Kenmore vintage machine that we picked up for super cheap. And
it was $25.
We did a video.
We did?
On our machine.
That was our sewing haul video where we introduced this machine with all the aesthetic stuff.
Check back to that to see more information on that.
Ooh, yeah. The Kenmores are a workhorse. I used this Kenmore for the baby's 1908 gown. Not gown. 1908 slicker. And I was floored. It got through that material like it was nothing. All right. So you'll get to see how many takes we really do. But let's jump into this. Hello, it is day 3. And you might be watching this from the past. I literally like to stop between like every sentence because I usually work off of bullet points or off the top of my head and just stuff that I already know what I'm talking about. And you're probably like, Muse, how could I possibly view this from the past? You might be watching our live stream right now, and if you're watching this video in the future, sorry, I'm getting a Back to the Future paradox, and this is why we don't mess with time travel.
But we do mess with time travel.
We do mess with time travel. We are actually we're so skilled at costuming because we have a time machine. We should stop saying that. The government is gonna be like, what if they actually have a time machine?
Hold on a minute. Like obviously they can't get the super realistic materials, but like their looks.
Their looks are not accurate. So I don't know what time period they're going to. Alright, let me keep filming. I have the dress mostly done at this point. There is still the zipper that needs to be inserted. I need to add ruffles to the sleeves in kind of a like drapey, cascading sort of way. You'll see later. And I need to add a ton of embellishments to this dress. Let me show you. Okay, let's answer a question. Takes notes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If someone gifted me a Kenmore, like I never thought I would be brand loyal, but Kenmore has stolen my heart. It's such a good machine. I'm so sad they don't make them anymore. I'm like, of course I would want something that just isn't made. Mm. So we have a someone was talking about a computerized brother machine. Sorry, my
Yeah.
brain just like
Wait.
shut down.
I'm all done. Thank you.
I'm done today.
This is the break.
We can't say that. That's copywritten music. Little
Right.
Dicky makes good music though. But we have a brother embroidery machine. The hoop isn't really large, but it is like great for learning how to digitize stuff and just getting used to stuff like that.
And it was really good for smaller projects like the baby's shift. We did little embroideries that we all patched together to make the sleeves on that, which is in the Christmas video that we did last year. That wasn't Christmas at all.
It was just no. That would have. I don't know if we did. We ever? No, we did release the footage of. I think it's just called Baby Nursery Gown.
Something like that.
I don't
We'll
know.
see. We'll see. Question.
Let me turn this off to save the battery.
So, you're filming while I'm filming. This
Right.
doesn't typically happen very often. Do you want to just film it all on the same thing? Do you want to switch out SD cards?
I think that we should go ahead and film it on the same thing. Our fabrics are so different that I'm not going to get confused when we're editing.
Yeah. I just know that you do most of the editing, so I'm like, whatever works for your brain.
Well, I also emptied this SD card earlier today, so it truly won't be a situation of me like going on the SD card and being like, what is what?
Now, my process, as you may have noticed, is I stand and look at things for a really long time. This is my brain just processing all of the things that are happening and trying to make sense of what I need to do. So the pattern that I specifically have right now has no seam allowance. So I set it all up pretty and then said, oh wait, I have to add seam allowance. I should make sure that there's room for that. So
someone wants to know what you are cutting out. Is it a waistcoat?
So I am doing a Tudor look. This
on this channel?
Yeah, I know. This green is the majority of the top. It is a jacker.
Yes, like a
kind of jacker diamond
it's
pattern. It's really
green.
really durable and thick. So that's going to be the main part of the.
Yes, a doublet.
Doublet, yes. Poofy sleeves. There's going to be little blades in the gold velvet that we had earlier.
That's your tabs, though, right?
These are the little tabs that are going to be around the bottom. There's 8 of them, so that's a whole lot of sewing. And then the pants are going to be this lovely army green color with gold, that same gold strips inserted in. So it'll be really, really pretty, and it's kind of simple, nothing crazy, but something Tudor so that, we have that. And this is one of 2 looks that I'm doing for myself this week, hopefully, if I get everything done. And then, how many am I doing for the baby?
You're doing 3 for the baby.
So 3 looks for the baby as well, so.
And then
doing it all.
This is one of the looks. I know I'm not going to finish this look this week because there are so many embellishments that need to go on it.
Lots and lots of hand stitching.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like I mean, I guess I could put them on with the machine, but I got really nice cheap flowers. I did get them from Daddy Bezos, so how nice could they be? But they are nice enough that I can spot treat. I didn't want to use paper or anything like that because this outfit needs to last more than one wear and not deteriorate if it rains or whatever the case is. And then I have another outfit cut out for the baby that I should definitely have time to show y'all and kind of start working on that video. That I will put on a different SD card because that's
that's a little much.
There's three things on one
It's
SD
fine.
card.
It's fine.
And then I have an outfit that I need to make for myself, and or two outfits I need to make for myself, and one more for the baby. But I got this.
It's fine.
I have confidence and confidence.
Pumpkin hose. I'm actually not making my stockings. I haven't done that yet. Haven't
He uses
ventured.
women's stockings.
Yeah, I just wear tights, and that's what I do for that. No
and when
shame.
it's cold, he wears fleece line tights.
It's great. It's fine. Everything's great. But yeah, no, I haven't tried making hose yet because that's just a more fitted thing that haven't ventured into yet.
Haven't quite gotten there yet. All right, I am going to
Right, I'm gonna
film.
go walk back onto the other side of the
That's
table.
fine.
And then when you're done filming, I need to film cutting.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on this light. Wrong light. This light.
That line.
It's not gonna do much, but it'll
Add
some
more
pizzazz,
ambiance.
some warmth. All right. Just let me know when you need the camera, and I will let you know when I'm done filming. Okay?
Okay.
Filming. So here are the flowers that I'm going to use. I have some petals right here. Here are some leaves. These are just some small flowers, and these are a bigger version. I wanted some like reds and maroons and a little bit of variety, just so that look has a little bit more dimension. Geese.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna take the.
Can I do one more thing?
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
So there's going to be flowers attached right here at the neckline. And then along that train, there are also going to be flowers. You're looking at the underside of the train. It's not really pretty, but it was really pretty for this live stream. So this is how it's set up. All right.
I grew up in the Midwest as well, so yes, when it is very, very chilly, they are great. That is what I have discovered. Fleece line are fleece tights literal tights or footed leggings?
I mean, I feel like since he wears them with other stuff, they are like true like footed tights. I don't know, like to me they seem more like tights than leggings because do you need audio for yours or you good?
No.
I'm gonna turn this off then. They are more tights to me than leggings because there's like a seam in the middle and a seam in the back. That's just not cute. I am gonna take your phone though so I can read the comments.
So you can read the things? That makes sense.
That does make sense. I also need to film me ironing this skirt. And I know that's probably a little confusing because I just said that I was going to tack on these flowers. But with the power of editing, I can do more than one thing at once. All right, let's see. I've worn some of my leggings as pants. I walked in a parade not too long ago, a few weeks ago, and I needed to dress in all black. But my sweatshirt like covered my behind, so I was like, this works. Also, it's like 30 degrees outside, so it's snow pants, which are like $150 to buy new black snow pants, or I can wear these fleece lined, tights-ish. I wore them as pants. No shame. They're not thin, so no shame. All right, so I'm going to pull off this skirt. I do need to make a little repair on this skirt, but it's fine for right now. I just like skipped a stitch. I'm also going to keep my secrets, which is the back of this skirt, as both skirts fall off. Basically, this skirt is attached to the other skirt. So, because I am a human and I am squishy, and the mannequin is not a human and not squishy. The mannequin also has like regular proportions. Can you see it?
Yeah. So I had to refilm that because I accidentally bumped the camera because I'm not used to this giant microphone being on it. So I'm refilming it because it looks like garbage. Doesn't actually. I'm just a perfectionist, and this is my life. This is how my brain works.
He is.
I've also accidentally pressed the wrong button twice now, so you know that's fun.
It's okay. You haven't filmed in a little while. When was the last time you filmed? It was for the combinations for me, I think.
So, and that was a private video, so you know.
Ooh, wool tights? We need to look into that. So I'm specifically building all of my tutor garb because it's going to be worn in the summer. The stuff we're making now is to be worn in the summer. So I'm specifically making my tutor garb so that it can be worn with a regular modern either sports bra or like unlined, like not cute cotton bra. Because stays are so cute. And I know they're historically accurate, but I am going to be in this outfit all day, and I would rather not pass out. And I know passing out is historically accurate.
Definitely.
But I would rather not pass out with my child and traumatize him if I can avoid that.
You know, it's fine.
So, to the person that said that they wear the wool pajamas or the PJs as bloomers, zero shame. You do what you gotta do. Oh, are you not planning to have your face on camera?
I'm getting in
work mode.
Work mode. So the hair is going up to get out of my face because otherwise I'll lose my mind. I've decided. So yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
You know,
you tried to be cute.
I tried for you guys. So
you attempted cute.
Don't say I never did anything for y'all.
don't say I didn't do anything for y'all. Okay.
It didn't last long, but it was worth it.
So let me get my iron ready. I am going to be filming. Maybe we have an extension cord down here, and I was like,
possibly. Possibly.
And I've got my water. I also wanted to talk a little bit about our gear. So we have 2 batteries, and then we have 7 SD cards. 1 came with our camera. Sometimes when you buy stuff, they'll just send you an SD card. We have like 2 SD cards that are only 32 gigabytes. And we film a level down from 4K, so that doesn't quite hold a lot. But if you give me a free SD card, I'm going to take a free SD card. I know we bought 2 because I do stock photography and I need the SD cards. But I think most of them were either given or I got a gift card for Best Buy, and I was like, oh, okay.
Might as well use this.
Right, I've got $25 and it's a $30 thing. I'm going to use this. Let's see what else we got. We appreciate the effort, but the hair has got to get out the way.
Sorry.
What brand of shears are you using? IKEA.
They are IKEA, and they are the most fantastic scissors. We got them for $5. I do, unfortunately, believe that they've raised the price since then.
I think it was $7.99.
Which is astronomical.
Ridiculous.
And just
They're
ridiculous.
also meant to be upholstery scissors, so they are true actual workhorses and not just pretty little dangly things.
And then when we needed them sharpened, we just got them sharpened. And
it was
super
and I mean, we've now sharpened them once. Ooh,
and that was after having them for 3 years.
Yeah.
So
they very much did need to be sharpened at that point.
I was like, they did their job. These ones were actually the original ones. We've had these ones for longer than 3 years. They are marked with a little tie on them. This shows that we also cut paper and other things with these because it is worn down by now. But IKEA, that is our secret. Now you know. IKEA scissors.
I am about to film, but you can talk. This is
Okay.
filming the iron. So right now I am tilting the iron at an angle. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I knew that was going to fall. Because I don't want it to show inside of my kitchen. That's not going to be a very pretty shot. But with a little bit of movie magic, this looks like our sewing room is so much bigger, when in reality I just
It's a lie.
Literally, it's a lie.
It's a lie. Our sewing room is a decent size, but like it's not as big as we make it out to be.
Which doesn't really bother me because like, who are we trying to impress? We're trying to use the sewing room. I also don't know if y'all noticed that Dionysus took like literally 2 seconds of footage of him cutting, despite cutting all this. We like to cut down on that footage because, quite honestly,
How much
y'all know
cutting
what
do you
cutting
want
looks
to
like.
see? How much? Like, this is one fabric. I can take a shot of me cutting another fabric, and that'll be cute. But you don't.
That's about it.
It's basically like, and now you'll cut out the whole pattern.
Right.
We
Finish
definitely,
the usual
we
way.
definitely cater to an audience that has more sewing experience. So while we do obviously welcome everybody, everybody's welcome to court. We don't necessarily do tutorials in terms of you are a brand new sewer or sewist. Here is step by step how to do it, because personally we don't really enjoy watching those. We feel like most people want to see
unless I'm specifically looking up how to do something.
Exactly. So if you're looking specifically how to insert a zipper, how to make a welted pocket, or whatever the case may be, but then it's a specific skill that you add to whatever project it is you're working on. Most people aren't going to go out and actually make the thing that you made, or they'll take inspiration from what you did and make their own version because they have a different skill set. They may be more talented than you, and so they do a different way of doing it, and so we kind of do it that way.
We also want to do a video at some point because you talked about just having a different way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
We do things extremely different from one another. And I don't think in like a bad way, but our brains just work so differently. And I think it would be really fun to show people what it's like when you pattern something versus when I pattern something. Which, do you have? He recently lined something for the baby, and he like fully like put together all of the pieces for the doublet, and then put together all of the lining pieces for the doublet, and then flipped it out and pointed all of the pieces. Whereas let me go grab the baby's doublet. Y'all can get a little sneak peek on this. I posted a very, very previewy shot on Instagram, but like, this is much more detailed. Oh, let me get a lot closer. Okay, so we have the baby's doublet, but the way I like to do it is I put these pieces together so they aren't sewn yet, and then I will go in, fold down this, and then go ahead and sew that together. And then I'll probably add a zipper down the center and a flap over it. That looks like it's tied. So this looks like it's tied, but we don't have to actually do that for the baby because that's a lot.
Whereas typically, when I put things together, I'll sew the lining together the way that you would sew the outside, and then I attach them pretty sides together, flip it inside out so that you end up with, it lined that way.
Well, and I wanted to bring that up because you talked about how people do things differently. We can't pattern for each other.
No, it drives. We literally drive each other crazy. Um, I patterned the piece that Muse just showed you, and they had to stop me numerous times and be like, "This pattern doesn't make sense."
I don't
I
understand
was
what's
like,
happening.
it go like this. You put the pieces together like this.
And I was like, but why are you putting them together like this? Why didn't you just cut out shapes and wing it? And he's like, why? You know, you're not leaving a seam allowance, right?
This is the already seam allowance piece.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, oh.
We also often do that, so we'll check each other and be like, you do know that you're doing this, right? Today, Muse was cutting out sleeves, and I said, okay, but how are you putting these together? Because most of the time, we don't ask each other that because it makes sense in each other's minds, and we end up making the thing, and we're like, wow, yay! But very often, we're like, I don't know how that goes together to make that. I don't know.
What is this?
What are this?
What are yams? Yes, it is so much easier to just zip kids in. And right now, the baby's in a stage where he's like, I can do it. Which, like, buttons, yes. Zippers, you got it. Snaps, let's do it. Laces, great. Velcro, okay. Specifically lacing up a doublet, no. No. I love the coat. The coat is in our inauguration sewing video. If you want to see a baby, like literally he has
so little.
a binky in that video. Please check that out. Sometimes I go back and watch it. I'm like, my baby, my tiny baby. Ooh, I just thought of a really aesthetic shot.
This is also what we'll do is we'll stop and be like, ooh, but that would look nice.
So.
And it's all about the eye candy. We like eye candy. We like to give y'all little treats. You know, things that look delicious, things that are savory. So you know, just something fun.
Sometimes I like to use shots like this that are just truly aesthetic because, like, opening up plastic flowers is really boring.
What?
Believe it or not.
You don't want to see us open up?
Do you want to get any shots of you cutting out that lining?
I don't think so, because this isn't, like, anything special.
Okay. I mean, we can just put in the script when I write that for to talk about how you cut out a lining.
Well, it also depends on if we're talking about how I'm making the thing or if we're doing more
of a socially conscious video.
Yeah. So this is another thing that we talk about. A lot of the times we will make the thing, and if it's a talking video where we do voiceovers, we will decide after the fact if it's and this is how it was put together, or if we do so this is something that's been on my mind. Let me talk about it.
I think since we're doing that other video where the baby has two outfits, that should definitely be more construction.
Yes.
I think that this would be a really nice video to just talk about, I don't want to give away too much, but talk about why making this is important. We'll talk about it off camera.
Gotcha. Hello, more friends.
I'm grabbing the tripod right now. Excuse me.
Message down in the comments, what types of videos do you guys prefer? Do you prefer more of the construction where we explain what's going on in our thought process? Or do you prefer the videos where we talk more about socially conscious issues, things that have been bugging us, things that are important to us, things like that? So message in the comments below.
Let's see. In the chat.
In the chat. Well, and the comments if we're, after.
Right, after this.
If you're in the future,
This tripod we got from Best Buy. We get a lot of stuff from Best Buy because I have a Best Buy credit card. And
that is the only reason. That's it.
That's it. And when you spend money there, they give you money back, and it adds up really quickly. Like sometimes they always have like different little things going on, but sometimes it'll be like if you buy something camera related, you get a $10 gift certificate, and I'm like, cool. So I'll get whatever the cheapest thing is possible, and then get a gift certificate and get a nice tripod. This tripod was after the holidays, and we had some holiday money, and we had a Best Buy gift card, and it was supposed to be like $89, and I think we got it for like $5, and the person was like,
and this was
because
also,
you can combine your gift cards that they give you.
Yes, this was also the second one that we got because the first one, the camera that we were originally using to film our first videos was so heavy that it broke the stand, so it wouldn't support the weight of the camera when we needed it tilted forward or anything like that. So we had to get a new one, and this one was nicer. So
this is nicer. It gets taller than this too, which I might actually use. I'm gonna have to take off the microphone. I mean, I'm not recording audio right now, so I don't really need that on. But despite this being like an $80 recording thing, that is not great in like stand terms. It's not like super cheap, but it's built to hold your device and not really hold your mic. It's really good for whenever we need to use the lapel mic, because that is like coming out the side and it's not really weighing down. Did you see anything?
So, comments are saying, I like the variety. It gets boring with only one type, which is kind of what we feel as well. There will be cats with Gwen Fair. Yes, those are the kinds of videos I like. Thought process. Hello, nice to see you. How things are made, which
I love how things are made. That show is.
I think it's important to. I think it's important and valid to use your platform to speak your mind and share information. Also, I very much enjoy making videos and photo shoots. Also, I like the playful acting ones are fun too. So we haven't done those.
We haven't done that
a little bit.
I have a video that we're going to do this time around, and it is acting but not playful. It's actually going to be a very serious video. But I want to do another trend alert. I just don't really like trend alerts are so usually filmed like spur of the moment, super random, and I'm just like, I have an idea. You have to help me get in a costume.
If you're wondering why our fabric is wrinkly, this is why.
That's the reason. Do y'all want to see the inspiration that I'm using for? I mean, if you just joined, now the mannequin looks naked, but the inspiration that I originally had for this, I'm going to assume the answers are yes. But
everybody in the comments, no, don't show it. We don't want to.
And this is by Erica. I don't want to block out her name. I do want this to focus, though.
That would be nice.
That'd be great. But yeah, this is my inspiration. So right now, I'm zooming in to see what things I need to do.
Can you give me the lid to the
pins?
Pins.
Yes. Here you go. If you do need to film before I'm
going to film, but right now I'm picking out all of the green pins.
No, that's fine. I'm actually going to take this off the tripod for you so that you can use it, because I need to do a little bit of analysis on the neckline. Like, I can tell there are small roses, but I need to see if I can put some of the other things on there. I thought about making the neckline a removable strip, but there's going to be like I can't think of the proper name, but it's like a cap sleeve, but it's not attached fully underneath. So like I think having decorative flowers will be really fun for this. And I don't mind hand washing it, but this is set up for you.
Gotcha.
Okay, I need to do a little bit of planning to figure out what I'm gonna do. Let me see.
Volume. Are we too quiet? Do we need to talk louder?
VOIFYI.
I think it's volume.
Maybe.
What I just said.
Oh, sorry. Listen, this is going to be hot and dangerous. There is a way for me to scroll in, and this phone is like, no. And I'm like, but you can do it. Put your back into it. Do not take me to Instagram. Scroll or Zoom, not scroll. Okay, it's saved.
I think you were doing highlight of historical folk is the serious one part of that. A couple of those were really nice too.
That one, our latest one is going to be coming out on Thursday, so in 2 days. And we're doing Diego, the circumnavigator. His video was really hard to do, and I think you'll see that in the way that it was shot because he is a person who escaped enslavement and then worked for a colonizer slash former human trafficker, like used his ship to bring bodies to many different countries. So that was a hard video to do, and it's such a juxtaposition because, like, on the one hand, like, what were his options? So I kind of go into that in the video. I don't want to ruin it too much, but we are still doing the Black Tudor series. I think we have 2 after this one.
There were 4.
There's a Silk Weaver. Oh no, 3.
3. Yes.
So we have the Silk Weaver, Prince Deidre, and Reasonable Blackman. No, he's the Silk Weaver. What's his name?
And
Edward,
the other one.
Edward Swarthe. I cannot say his name. I need to find where this photo is. I have now downloaded this photo twice. And it is like, no. Oh, that's because I saved it apparently a while ago on my phone, and my phone was like, we've done this.
So I just spent time picking out all of the same color pin because it's more aesthetic. No other reasons.
That's it.
It took more time, but it's more aesthetic. Ooh,
Yeah, he's got all green. It's real cute. She's cute. She's cute. Right now, I am pinning on some flowers. They don't need to be like super pretty. I cut off the little green part in beneath or underneath, but not fully. So I can show you what that looks like. Let me grab one where it is still on there. So this is one with with the green piece. I just cut that off, but it still has the actual piece holding the flower together, just to make it a little bit easier. I'm sorry, was I in your
No, you're
shot?
fine.
Okay.
I was just about to say, okay, don't walk that way.
No, you're good. You're good. I was like, am I in your shot? This dress is going to be, I mean, it's not a dress, it's 2 pieces. You can literally see that there's only a top on here now. But it will look like a dress. And this is just going to be so very pretty. I'm very excited for it.
And that shot is done.
Yay.
So another 3-second clip, and then I do a whole bunch of work because I'm impatient. And yeah. Then we piece it all together and
we do the hokey pokey.
And we turn ourselves around. That's what it's all about.
That's, you know.
I mean, really, when you analyze the history of it, that is what it's all about. You know, just doing the hokey pokey,
turning it around, turn your life around.
Absolutely.
We're
right, then we have,
so extra.
We have the green.
Ooh. I like it.
I purposefully don't pin specific parts like this part, for example. This is on a curve, which is more difficult to put together, and because of that, I don't film it, because then I can focus on making sure that it's being done the right way, rather than, did I get the shot?
The pretty way. Yeah, I am going to add a couple flowers And then I'm going to do the audio portion. I just don't want me pinning the flowers on because I want the flowers to look good and I don't want to be trying to go around the camera. I'm also not going to do a shot. I don't know why I walked backwards. Also, what I need isn't there anymore. I'm not going to do a shot of me opening up the leaves because I assume that people have an imagination and they can figure that out themselves.
So someone said that they would love...
I would love to hear what you're doing to produce the piece you're making.
Well, I could definitely do that now. So basically, I drafted a pattern. It's pretty simple. It's a back piece, front piece, and then like a side piece. Um, didn't worry too much about pattern matching or anything for this one because the pattern's so small that it's not really noticeable. And I am basically doing what I did with the jacket that I pulled up earlier. So I'm piecing all of the parts together.
Move this down so that they can see what you're talking about.
That makes sense. Piecing all of these parts together so it'll sit, flat. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. So it's basically like a jacket. And then I'll do the same thing with the lining pieces that I had cut out. Now, I also forgot about one thing. I am making some piping. That I planned on putting on the curve just to give it an extra little like pop of color. So it'll be on the curves over there. And once it's all pinned together, I will show you that too. I do need to sew this though, and forgot that I needed to sew that. So that's a thing, that's good times. I should probably do that. I should also probably, get a shot of how that looks. So, yeah. But I can do the pinning stuff that I can do right now. And then I will pin that after. But yes, there's another look that I'm doing for myself this break as well. It is going to be blue and feature the rest of the blue ribbon that Muse had used for our 70s looks as like the accent piece of the outfit. So I may explain the process a little bit more during that because the bodice part of it is pretty much the same. My body does not change too much, and the seams of the time period were not super crazy because they were just figuring out how to tailor clothes at this point in time. So,
you don't get a lot of... It's weird because you do get a lot of variation, but you don't get a lot of It's so awkward. But you don't get a lot of variation. We jump all around the Tudor period. We mostly do English, but we've done one Italian gown. But for the most part, it stays pretty consistent, or you can very easily see when it changes. So we're doing more Elizabethan looks this round,
but early Elizabethan,
where everyone had poofy arms and poofy upper thighs, but were teeny tiny bodies, and that's not early Elizabethan. Early,
but little ruffs.
Yeah, well, we're doing it when they had the starch collars and the smaller ruffs, not the collar ruffs or the big drapey ruffs. But yeah, so that will be fun.
We can raise this back up again.
Okay, let me see.
Wow, okay, you guys are growing up so much.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, let me help because our kitchen is showing.
Ah!
You're fine. I got it.
Okay.
All right. I think this can go up a bit more. There we go.
Trying to give y'all some different angles so
some variation.
You're interested in.
What I'm doing right now is I am cutting off the stems to the green. I'm placing them on there. This has been kind of funny that when I've filmed, I didn't need to do another take because that's very typical of me being No, I do have to do another take. All right, so I am going to do a little bit. I do need to attach the microphone. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I do need to attach the microphone because I want to kind of show my progress. Also, if you're wondering what's underneath here, what's underneath my shirt, it's a piece that I've drafted out, but I'm not there yet, so I haven't taken it off because I know the moment I take it off, I'm going to want to get started on that piece because it's using Ankara fabric, and I love Ankara fabric. All right, so I am recording. So here's where I am with the flowers. They're just pinned on right now, but I'm really, really loving this look. I love how that pale yellow goes so nicely with that maroon and that bright Kelly green. And now I need to switch her around. So I'm going to pop this out. There we go. Okay. I really like, nope.
Not that clip.
Not that clip.
Really don't like that clip.
Mm-mm. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I'm like, what am I even trying to say? What is going on? Okay. So I just talked about the roses. Right now, I'm really relying heavily on Erica's sketch to try to get as close as possible. And then I'm going to hand stitch down these, not like so they're really, really on, more like they're tacked on. I know that that will induce more mending, but I would rather do that process than like have it be a real pain to launder, or if I need to replace something, it's just really hard to get off.
Have a good night.
Um, Trying to decide what I want. I guess since it is almost time for us to have a good night, I will show y'all a sneak peek of what I'm working on for the baby. He is getting doublet, and I can kind of explain some of my patterning thoughts because it's very hard for me to describe them, but they do work. So let me grab what I'm working on. Not actively.
That's part of the reason that my sewing style and Muse's sewing style don't mesh super well, and why I can't always take direction, because the explanation just doesn't make sense. It's a no compute in my brain.
It makes sense. It makes
To you.
sense. To you.
To you.
So let me find his sleeves because that will be probably one of the more interesting things. Okay, so here is one of his sleeves. Oh, I found out he took a pin from from us, and now I found out where that pin is missing. Good thing I found that now and not while I was sewing this down because this is a complicated. It's not complicated. It is a piece that you have to go slow on.
You have to pay attention.
Really gotta put your mind to it. Okay.
That is exactly it. You just do it because of shapes.
Yes. Shapes. So this will be for the baby. This is way too long for his arm, but it's going to get gathered at the top and gathered at the bottom, and then there will be somewhere suede little cuffs around his wrists. So, and I might add lace because why not? So what I've done is I pinned either side of the fabric, but not the top and bottom. And then on the inside, I have different rectangles, and I made those rectangles by cutting slits on either side here. Well, I made slits, obviously, and then I cut slits on either side here and folded those pieces under, and that's what it's pinned to in the back. So in order to get those triangular shapes and to make sure that this top part is finished, I'm going to do a little zigzag stitch on the inside after these are all attached at the top and at the bottom, so that if it wants to like actually move, because I'm trying to do this not on a table, there we go. So when he's actually in it, it will create these little puckered slits. But like I tried to explain that to Dionysus, and he was like, "No."
Yeah, so I'm doing a very similar sleeve type for my green outfit that I'm working on right now. And rather than doing the insertion that way, I was like, I'm just gonna cut rectangles, and I'm going to tack them together where I want the puffy shirt to pop out underneath and call it a day.
Stressed. This is going to be for the look that I'm doing for the baby. One of the looks I'm doing for the baby. He's going to be in a skirt bottom. So this is his skirt. I only wanted the circle like dead center in the center. This will quite literally be the only thing you can see from the front, but I wanted to make sure that there were circle patterns on the side. And then at the very bottom, which is flipped up on the wrong side now, but now it's down, there is suede. I specifically wanted this because I didn't want this fabric to get too gross. The middle section is lined in Ankara. That'll help with airflow because it's 100% cotton. And there's linen on either side, which I realize is also cotton. However, this is a pretty heavy linen. I wanted it so it keeps the skirt weight down, but it's not too actually heavy on the baby. And then he's going to have a suede waistband on this. So if you know anything about Tudor patterning, you know that like what the thing that was in the slits was their shift. We are not doing that because it's summer, and we want the baby to be able to get airflow. So with this option, he is only in, I mean, this is double layered, but they're both cottony layers. So he won't be on fire. And I didn't feel as bad doing that because the skirt is so easy breezy.
We just had 2 people join, so hello.
Hi. And then I'm probably gonna put him in a tank top underneath it so he can walk around in the like skirt portion, but like we can take the doublet off. And that is obviously this is not made historically accurate, but if you look I know.
Actually, it is.
It is
like we said earlier, we do have
We
a
are
time
time
machine.
travelers.
We are time travelers,
But I wanted to do it this way because if you look up children from the Tudor era in portraits, you will often see kids from the like waist up that are the baby's age. And usually, when I say kids, I mean like nobility, like royalty, nobility, and royalty. Dressed from an adult, like as an adult from the waist up. Sometimes you'll even find portraits of like toddlers in like full miniature adult things. So like boys typically everyone wore nursing gowns because it was easier to potty train and change diapers and all that jazz. But you'll sometimes see in portraits like boys are in the shorts of the time, which is like really hilarious because I'm like, okay, so that's getting soiled. And then the last bits, which this is completely pinned down, and now that I think about it, I'm glad that I noticed that this is completely pinned down because this is a collar and it should not be completely pinned down. But this is lined simply for stiffness. It is a brown velvet. And that is one of the sample pieces that we used that you would have seen in our last video. I'm actually going, our last live. I'm going to move this camera over so you can see Dionysus while I talk. Do you want to film this?
I need to make sure that it works first. So
it just worked for me.
This is
Oh, with that.
So I'm doing piping and I'm covering an already existing piping. It's kind of decorative and pretty. I used it in one of our very first videos.
That was our Snow White look.
It was our Snow White look. So I'm covering it because I want the color to match the rest of the outfit. And I have a zipper foot, and I just found that I had a zipper foot, and so I'm slowly but surely figuring out exactly what I can do with it and how best to do the different things.
If it's a super thick, like because it's super thick,
I have to do it on 11, which I think
Actually, what I was gonna say is I would try buttonhole settings.
buttonhole settings for a zigzag stitch.
It's a zigzag stitch. It's what I use whenever I do sheer material because it's a really tight zigzag stitch. It uses more thread, but also, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like the needle goes over further on a zigzag stitch or on a buttonhole.
Because it does.
It does. That's why I was
But we
like,
can
it'll
also
use
do
more thread, but
11 does this.
you also don't have to have matching thread for this. Because no one's going to see these stitches. So you can use a thread that we don't really use.
Fair.
It's up to you.
This one's almost gone, so I'm going to finish it.
Okay. And then I have his tabs, which are lined in that same linen. And then there is my country came out. There is a another velvet underneath there. And that velvet is also a sample velvet that I was able to use for this. Let me see. Hello, hello.
I know we're super secretive about our process, as you guys can clearly see. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we have done or are planning on doing? Anything that you're like, okay, but how did you do X, Y, and Z?
Any questions?
Let us know in the chat or description below.
If I wasn't filming this outfit for the baby, I could knock this out tonight. But I am gonna film it. What'd you say, babe?
I need a jar to do the.
Do you want to put some in the pumpkin? Also, if you're wondering where we got still have our green pumpkin from our thrift haul. But if you're wondering where we got these aesthetic gray and orange pumpkins for pin cushions, first of all, they have like stone beads at the bottom, so it sharpens your pins. We got them from Target during Halloween for $1 a piece, and we have been in love. We have been absolutely in love.
I'm doing it, and this is amazing. And
on the buttonhole?
No,
on
a
11
straight stitch.
Oh, okay. I mean, as long as it's working.
That's all that matters. Does it work? Perfect.
Perfect.
That's all we needed to know.
I think we should wrap up. We have been holding them for a little over an hour, so.
So, it's fine. Did anybody question anything?
No.
No.
There's also. Are you okay?
Being attacked. It's fine. Let me film this.
We have witnesses. They saw you come and sit on the pins. They didn't realize it was in your shirt, though.
Alright. Let's see. What shot can I come up with?
I mean, you have me now. I can help you with this shot. We could do a ghost shot. Like, not like an actual ghost, but like the movie Ghost.
We could do moving shots.
I don't know. I think this will be cool. Trust me. Trust the process.
Alright.
Hold on. I'm not ready yet.
I'm trusting the process.
Okay.
The process is scaring me.
The process should scare you.
Okay, I'm just gonna go, and you can go whenever you're ready. Wow.
Now stop. Keep your hands there. Now, if we do an up-close shot of what you're doing, it'll add more suspense to the shot itself. Don't move. I'll move. You stay there. I will move.
Okay, I'm frozen.
Other things so that you can stay there.
Microphone.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I turned it off because I was like, we need to get really close, and also
we don't need the
microphone
right
now
going on. It's fine.
All right, hold on. I think I need to adjust it. Thank you. All right, now go. That's a pretty shot. My brand. Sorry, I'm really into the filming. I get in the zone and I'm like, that is so pretty. Do you ever leave extra fabric in the hems of the baby's clothes so you can tailor it as he grows?
We do. If you grab the jacket that we pulled out earlier, this was one of the ones that we specifically made oversized and made the sleeves longer. So as he's a baby, if you look at him in the inauguration video, he has it go down to like his knees. But as he grows up, it'll get closer to his waist, and we just roll up the sleeves to fit his size, and it just looks like there's a cuff on the sleeve because they are also lined. We did the same thing with his Snow White skirt that we made for him. It has suspenders on the inside, and those are adjustable so that as he grows, we can let the suspenders out to make it go down.
We build a lot of his stuff for winter, so it'll fit him around the middle well, because we like plan to layer him under layer things under him. And because we plan on hiding all of his sweats and like thermals underneath his clothes, we can fudge sizing a little bit, and that does help. Even in the summer, I try to have him in like something moisture wicking or like not even moisture wicking, but like UV protectant underneath him because I mean we might be outside for an hour, but like kids don't really want to do sunscreen. He's like, I want to wear my costume. I'm not doing sunscreen in my costume. You can pick one, and I'm like, well.
We also do things like his, we call it his pumpkin outfit, his little orange prince and Ankara fabric outfit. We made a drawstring for the pants so that they can loosen as he gets older. And the style will just read more Edwardian because they will become shorter and shorter shorts.
We also, for his Juneteenth look, we have magnets that are going down the front instead of buttons, so it's really easy to get on and off. But really, that's just a matter of adjusting where the magnets on the inside go, because there's probably like 3 inches of fabric around that we left so that he can wear it.
If you look at my video from Cozy, we talk more about more of the details in some of the things that we do for the baby's clothes as well. So.
You did that when Tornado was small. I mean, listen, it makes things so much easier. The weird thing is that he will keep wearing the stuff, so it hasn't become a matter of outgrowing, it's become a matter of mending. I'm like, hold up, I did not sign up to mend tiny little clothes. This is not on my agenda.
Baby clothes.
Do you need the camera again?
No, I ran out of bobbin thread. But I caught it!
All right, I think we should head out because we've kept folks for over an hour. So come on.
We just really like spending time with you and
pretend like we're socializing.
Pretend like
we have friends. And we're talking to people outside of our home. It's fine. All right.
All right. Well, until next
time. Bye. This time I'm gonna be better at it. I'm gonna end it.
You got this.
I got it. I did it.